I have some good news for you all. Today is what, Friday, uh, August 16th. Oh, damn it! See, I this perpetual count. I bought this at the Museum of Modern Art store. I thought it looks good on the wall, but it's a terrible prop because the numbers always flip around all over the place. Hello, my name is Greg Ott, and you're watching your daily news refresh. Thank you so much for joining us. We are coming to you live. We used to do this every so often. Then we stopped, and now we're back. And so we're happy to have you here. Look at all these like fun little buttons. Never miss a stream. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I urge you to add this to your daily news diet. Vox puts out plenty of stuff. You can watch Johnny Harris, whatever. We also put out very interesting, weird and interesting news stories for you on a daily basis, and we want you to watch. Now that we're live, see this? Thanks for hanging out. We are sharing your comments on the stream. We would like you to weigh in. What we're bringing you today is a bunch of stuff that we are kind of working on right now. These are like news stories that, frankly, we didn't have time to finish. So maybe you'll see them as like full videos next week or something. But we've been combing through the archives to see what we have, and we've got a bunch of stuff to share with you. If you're new to the channel, thank you for watching. My name is Greg Ott. We've been doing this for a little over a year, and again, as you might have caught in the preamble a moment ago, we focus on weird and interesting news stories that you might not see everywhere else because there's plenty of news outlets that are focused on, very serious, very dry stories. Those are very important role in our government, in our society. That it's important to hold those politicians to account. You know what I mean? But there's other stuff also happens too that's also kind of interesting. So we try to be a little bit lighter, but also weave in some facts and figures so that you eat your vegetables on the plate with your protein and whatever sauce you're dousing your chicken in. So with that in mind, again, feel free to leave us a comment if you have a question or a thought on anything we're going to bring you. I want to start off right now with something very modern. This is a very modern thing. Do you remember Joe Orlando? No, Joe Orlando, by the way, that's the name of this is incredibly esoteric. I think he was an illustrator for Mad Magazine in the 60s. God, what a way to start off the stream, huh? Anyway, what he's standing next to is Babe Ruth's old damn shirt. If you see, this is his nickname was, there it is, very famous. If you know who Babe Ruth is, he was a ball player who played the game of baseball a very long time ago. And this picture is from, I think, like the Baseball Hall of Fame. He is doing his little point. See, oh, the camera's following me. Wait, help me, camera. No, I gotta go this way. Help me, camera. Help me, camera. Okay, yes. Okay, so imagine, yeah, thank you. Okay, so imagine I'm Babe Ruth. All right, I'll put on a little bit of weight later, but like, here we go. He was doing this. Oh, two fingers. Okay. What he's doing is the crowd thinks he's signaling to where he's going to hit the baseball after a pitcher tosses it in his direction. Now, this account is actually up for dispute. Some people, they've contended over the years, that's what this video here is. It's like they've gone back and forth as to whether or not the guy actually was pointing or if he was just pointing at some fans in the crowd or whatever. That's Babe Ruth. Wow, what a looker. Okay, so anyway, who cares about Babe Ruth? Well, the good people at Heritage Auctions do. let me share my screen right now because there is a big auction coming up. Right now, they are selling that jersey that he's wearing when he pointed right now, and they think it's going to be worth $30 million. $30 million for his old shirt that he wore at this game. This right here is like the thing. So they actually, it's part of this like big sports memorabilia auction that starts next week. But I think the bidding is actually open right now. Look at this. The current bid, $14 million, and then $600,000 in change that you happen to have lying around. The next one, a measly 14.7, and you can also look at this, a secret bid. Shh. Don't tell anyone that you are blowing your family's inheritance on this shirt. What they did is they have this thing where they photo match it to verify that there was, in this footage I have here. This is they have some from the game, and then they also have like these old movies where I think John Goodman played Babe Ruth at some point. I think the movie was called The Babe. Let us know in the comments. Did you see the John Goodman movie where he played Babe Ruth? Yes, there it is. Okay, so this is some other actor I've never heard of. This is John Goodman doing The Thing. See? Okay, that's John Goodman. John Goodman is great. I would love to see this guy. Okay, Pearson McPherson wants to know, did they at least wash it? And Kirk Kiki Triangle says, sure hope so. Can you imagine decades old stink? Okay, that's what I'm getting at here with this jersey. So if you look at this thing, can you see? I might have to get a higher quality photo. Here we go. Look at the stains on this thing. Look at how filthy this thing is. Do you see that? There's one. I think there's one on the sleeve there. This is a filthy old garment. It's like 90 years old. And let me tell you something. I'm not an engineer. I do not think they had martinizing back then. They're not throwing this in the dry cleaner with everything else, okay? This is a dirty, dirty piece of American history. So they think they're going to get they think they're going to get $30 million for it. It's going for 14.6 right now. And the other thing, what I was trying to get at was they do this thing called photo matching, and they do this with when they're trying to like authenticate. Like if you want to buy, like here we go. This is an official XFL football, okay, from the real XFL. I don't know if He Hate Me actually carried this in the game, okay? This is just like a game issued XFL football. What they would do is like, okay, I want to make sure He Hate Me actually used this thing in the game. What they will do is they will look at like an Associated Press photo or some other press photo and look to see like, oh yes, it's kind of fraying right there. It's falling apart. That's what they're doing with these photos here. So if you look at like this stuff, this photo matching, they look at a very old, okay, this is from the Chicago History Museum on the right there. They circle all the little spots. Like, yep, based on this old photo, we think this dirty old jersey is the one he wore during this game. So, I mean, if you're shelling out $30 million for a shirt, you want to make sure you're getting the right one, right? You some knockoff, right? From Fabletics or whatever shows up. You don't want that. Or Fanletics. What is it? Fabletics is like a workout. What is the fan? Look, I'm not a sports guy. I'm an XFL guy. Okay, so if you know what the brand I'm talking about, let me know in the comments. Okay. Anyway, this is just one big Babe Ruth thing that's going down right now. And Joy Muno says, hello to the golf course gigolo. That's a nickname I got at a wedding. I'm not, because of a pair of shoes I was wearing. I'm wearing some green shoes right now. These are not a gigolo's shoes, okay? These are wool, and they're very comfortable indoors. Fanatics. Thank you, Jake, and thank you, Zach. It's not Fabletics. Fabletics is like workout gear. Fanatics is the platform for the sports stuff. I'm not a sports guy. I'm a theater major, in case you couldn't tell. Okay, moving back to the story at hand. So they want $13 million for this Babe Ruth thing. We covered this story a while ago. A different auction house thought this very, very old Babe Ruth rookie card was going to get $10 million. I don't know what you think. Do you think an old rookie card is worth more than the shirt he played in the game? Probably not, because it's got his tobacco or whatever all over the back of it. So I don't know. He actually wore the thing, but I don't know. Let us know what you think. But they thought that was going to go for $10 million. It ended up only going for $7.2 million. Okay, that's kind of an interesting data point. Like, what do we think these things are actually worth? Now, I'm on this kick about this stuff because I'm actually kind of fascinated by the way people invest in certain things that are not like stocks, and you're just gaining interest in some high yield savings account or whatever. Like what a lot of people do is they actually park their money in things that are going to appreciate in value. People buy art collectors buy art, presumably it goes up in value. This is another story that's kind of been going around for a while. This is from June, but there's been a string of Lego thefts all over the country. And the reason is, like, if you look at this is from CNN. Lego products, especially the pricier sets that range for from $100 to $1,000 or more, targeted by individual shoplifters and organized retail crime rings. So people are going into stores and, I'm assuming they're keeping them in mint condition. It would be very foolish to open the boxes up and, put Legos in your pockets or something. That would be a very foolish move because they would probably catch you and you would ruin the value of the stuff. But these things hold their value. Collectors love Legos. And also, there was a study done in 2022, research in international business and finance. Lego, the toy of smart investors. They found investments in Lego yield high returns on the secondary market, and it outperforms large stocks, bonds, gold, and alternative investments. They have this little fun chart here. Let's go to the high res image. Look at this. They did a study to figure out it was more than a 2.5% return from 2007 to 2015 compared to like government bonds and then treasury bills. Like that is, so you see a headline about like, oh, look, another idiot stole a Lego set from Walmart. It's like, no, another savvy investor stole a Lego set from a Walmart. They put that thing in the closet. You know what I'm saying? Like this, they're doing this for a very smart reason, or presumably. Now, Totes Your Goats wants to know, do Legos lose value if you build them? That is a great question. So, Totes Your Goats, let's look this up right now. Do opened Lego sets lose value? Okay, Brick Picker. I think this is I can't take it off the wall, but if you look at one of our videos, I got fired from a job many years ago, and when I was like very upset, I needed like something to take my mind off of it, and my wife got me this beautiful Lego world map. I can show it to you. Lego map. This thing right here. This is what is above my desk. If you look on the video, our main video, you'll see it. Oh my God. Okay. Yes, this thing. 11,695 pieces. It took me and her a very long time. You can customize it, but I kind of like the shape of the world, so I left it as is. Anyway, so the True Brick Picker. That was a long way of saying I think this is a legit site because I think I've come across this. Yeah, Lego Price and Investing Guide from Brick Picker. Building Temptations. What do they say? This is like a message board. This might be the wrong site. Yeah, this is not. Sorry, strike. This is just a website. I can't answer that question right now, but I do think. I mean, think of like a toy, right? If we actually elsewhere on the channel we have these videos that are like about toy collectors, and it's usually like unopened toys that when it's these poor kids who buy these toys and never open, never have fun at any point in their lives, and they grow up. And they also want to buy these toys and never have any fun. So they leave them in the package so they can sell more money. I think the Legos work that same way. Let me know in the comments if you have a better source for how, if Lego sets only appreciate in value if they're unopened or if open ones count too. I bet if it's like a really old Lego set that has happened to be open, if the pieces are, I don't know. Let me know. Kiki Triangle says that is some tinfoil hat conspiracy stuff right there. No, this is not conspiracy. I'm talking about how Lego values appreciate, and I don't have a clear answer for you. But this is very important. Totes Your Goat says big Lego. Yes, we are all worried about big Lego taking us on. The other thing I want to get at here about our the appreciation of value for our damn Mr. Ruth, or I'm sorry, for Mr. Goodman. This reminds me of a very funny story that we also covered a while back. We bring this up all the time. So this is some like collector, and he's showing off a bunch of autographed Tom Brady merchandise. I'm not a sports guy, but apparently, let me know if you've been to one of these things, but they have these like collectors events where you have Tom Brady posted up, signing autographs, and you have these memorabilia people who show up with stuff, and they pay good money to get him to autograph. There's an autographed football of his, and there's some more autographed footballs of his. Okay. This story cracks me up. Let me see if we have the sound for this.
It's a Brady autograph, and we got rejection letters. It's not Brady's signature, even though he signed them.
Did you hear that? That thick Boston accent? And it's not Brady's signature, even though he signed him. What I'm getting at here is there was an event earlier this year where his signature was so sloppy that they ended up having to, they couldn't authenticate it. So even though he put his little silver scribble there, they couldn't see. Look at this. Look, that to me, what are you doing, Tom? Like, okay, first one, that's Tom Brady. Second one, you have got to be kidding me. I made this joke in the previous one, like Millennium logo, Millennium Force. This is the Millennium Force at Cedar Point. Okay, that's what his signature looks like in this thing. Okay, Tom Brady, Millennium Force. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, it's on America's Rock and Roller Coaster. It's a great coaster. Anyway, my point I'm trying to make right here is if you're going to drop all this money on this very expensive memorabilia, Totes Your Goat says that is just a scribble. How can that count? That is my contention. That should not count. If you're spending all this money like this collector said, again, look elsewhere on our YouTube channel. We talked about this whole story. This collector said they dropped all this money on this stuff, and now it's worthless. By the virtue of him, that's the irony. Do you see the irony here? By him signing it, the thing that's supposed to assign it value, it made the item worthless by the virtue of his signature. See, that is perfect irony. That's actually really cool, right? Okay. The other thing is, if you have the kind of money to drop on like a $30 million Babe Ruth old shirt, you might be like Ken Griffin. He's this hedge fund billionaire who owns this Citadel thing. He's the one who we did a story a while ago about who's going to buy this rare Stegosaurus fossil. It's one of the most well-preserved Stegosaurus fossils around. Believe me, I've looked. But what they said when they were auctioning it off is that this one was like mostly intact. They had about like 80% of the entire thing, which is pretty good when it comes to like, tiny dinosaur pieces. They had this thing and they had that bone, and you get you understand what a skeleton is, right? So anyway, hedge fund man spent $45 million on this thing. He said they found it in Montana. He said it was born in America and it's going to stay in America. So I don't know if Ken Griffin ever invites you over to his backyard, maybe you'll see. Maybe it'll be a conversation piece. Like, wow, $45 million for an old dino. Okay, that's our first story. Let's see what we got here. Totes Your Goat says it does look like a G there. Let's see. I think you're talking about the signature. Yeah, is there a G in Tom Brady? Tombrady. I don't think. Oh, goat. Is it because he's the goat? Totes Your Goats. Wait, is this Tom Brady? Is the goat trying to weigh in here? Jake says Tom lost the signature in the divorce. See, that's good. Gazelle. Gazelle. She is the famous wife who was married to him and now she's divorced from him. Great. Okay, moving on. We have a lot more stories. This took up a lot of time, but I think we're all learning something here. I think we're all enjoying each other's company. I'm enjoying speaking to you. I'm enjoying seeing your comments. Do you enjoy my little auto focus? You see what it does? It like focuses and moves the camera around. It's like a Mac thing. I don't know. It's kind of cool. It saves me on hiring a cameraman to come to my house so I can yell at him for a half hour straight. Tom Brady is a news refresh friend, says Kiki Triangle, and I am a Kiki Triangle fan. So thank you, Mr. Brady, and thank you, Mr. Or Mrs. or thank you, Kiki Triangle, whoever you are. All shapes are welcome here at your refresh. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple pictures right now. This is me. It's me and my brother. My brother is on the left. I'm on the right. The figure in the center is Charles Entertainment Cheese. I don't know if you ever come across this figure in your life, but it goes by Chuck. Chuck E. Cheese is a very famous rat who wants kids to have a really good birthday. And this is me at an indeterminate age. There's me wearing a Game Boy Super Mario shirt. I don't know what my brother is wearing, but there we are, meeting the rat. My wife recently gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. She's 3 months old. I'm going to show her to you right now. There she is, to prove to you that she is 3 months old. There she is. And I'm telling you all this to set the table for the rest of the story, because this is me yesterday at a Chuck E. Cheese by myself. I went alone. I ordered this pizza online. I didn't know this. You can just order Chuck E. Cheese like delivery and pick up to go. The pizza was very hot. It came fresh out of the oven. Those kids are not being sold cold pizza. Greg eats Chuck E. Cheese pizza by himself. Perfect. There it is. When I ate, the cheese all came right off, but it was very hot. And I wolfed it down, and it was pretty good. Yeah, I give it like the little nod there. That's a strong grip from Chuck right there. Yeah. Charlie is very good at embracing one and all. All right, so there's me eating a Chuck E. Cheese pizza. Now I'm showing you this because I went to Chuck E. Cheese because I wanted to verify for myself a new thing they're rolling out. You can, and by the way, before I do that, an adult going to Chuck E. Cheese alone on a weekday is not that unusual. And please let me finish a sentence. Please do not stop or do not leave the stream. Let me finish a sentence. This is from Canada. Toronto, somebody turned Chuck E. Cheese into a co-working space back in May. This is a bunch of adults here inside of this. Look at that. They're all hanging out with the rats. There's 2 Chuck E. Cheeses, creatives, marketers, managers. They all went there to play games on their break, but then they all sat down at their little MacBooks, their little coffees, and this is where they worked for the day. So it's actually quite normal for adult men and women to go hang out at Chuck E. Cheese by yourself to get some work done. Probably more quiet than your library, okay? Kiki Trilingual says this makes me uncomfortable. Let me finish the point I'm trying to make, okay? We're not done yet. I went to Chuck E. Cheese because I wanted to scope out their new Fun Pass. What they're doing is a monthly subscription. $7.99 a month gets you unlimited visits to Chuck E. Cheese all year, which is not that impressive because I walked right in. It didn't cost me anything. I just walked in. But it comes with all sorts of stuff. You get 40 games on the Bronze Pass. You get a food and drink discount, valid at most locations. Very cool. But they have, just like any of your subscriptions, they have multiple tiers. You can spend $8 a month or $30 a month. And I'm bringing this up not because, again, they have this game there. I didn't take a video of it because, again, I did not want to use my camera too much inside of a Chuck E. Cheese, as you can all understand. They had a game that was like Connect 4 and basketball together. Have you seen this? Let me know in the comments if you've seen this. It is, it's like they got 5 hoops and you throw them, and I think you compete with another person to play Connect 4. Innovative, but man, that's a lot of like corporate synergy. Then again, I don't know who owns basketball, so I don't know. Anyway, bonus surprise gift. Totes Your Goats wants to know what the surprise gift is. I don't know. It's a surprise. So I don't know. They didn't tell me. And I was very uncomfortable eating that very hot pizza. So I went there to verify what the deal is with this monthly Fun Pass, because I have seen so many articles come up like this: feeling subscription fatigue. Okay, Zach Lowy says, not a fan of the subscription plan there. I miss the nostalgia of getting tokens and having to put them in the machines. Exactly, Zach. You're taking away the fun by making this a recurring revenue relationship. You go to Chuck E. Cheese, you expect to sink a couple of coins in the machine, toss your little thing into the Connect 4 game, maybe shoot the water into the fish's mouth or whatever, and you have a good time. You burn your mouth with some pizza. Fun. This is completely different. It is a subscription. Look at this. You can visit Chuck E. Cheese whenever you want, automatic monthly payment, cancel anytime you want after 12 months. So you got to commit to, it looks to me like you have to commit to a year of paying the rat to go hang out with them all the time. Now, again, you can do it as much as you want, but like, do you want to? Do your kids want to? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But this is what I'm getting at: subscription fatigue. This is very common. This is just some like editorial somewhere, but you've seen these headlines everywhere. What CNN just reported on is they said that the era of freeloading is officially over because we are all inundated with so many subscriptions. You probably remember that years ago, Netflix, you had one password in your neighborhood, and you just took it door to door. Everybody used one Netflix password in your dorm room. There was one Hulu login. Some guy you've never met in a different fraternity was paying $6 a month, and they just passed it around, like all the pledges or whatever. So this is how it used to be, but all the companies want to make their money. And so the era of freeloading is over because they're trying to get their money back. Disney Plus, they just wrote, let me look this up. Disney Plus password crackdown autocomplete. August 7th. Look, this is starting in earnest in September. Disney Plus, they're jacking up the prices as they always do, and they are going to, just like on Netflix, keep you from sharing it with the people who they don't want you to have. Now, again, there's multiple plans. Some plans, multiple logins or whatever. Like it's different. Let me know if you have any specific. If you're on like the max plan, like the craziest plan, let me know, because that's a lot of money on content. And let me tell you something. If you're watching content right now, this is free. This costs you nothing but your time. And I know your time is very valuable, and I'm not wasting it. Okay. So back to Chuck E. Cheese. That's one subscription of many. What the New York Times says a lot of people are doing these days when it comes to TV is they're just signing up for one show. Like they sign up for Max to watch one show and they cancel immediately. Now it's different than you can go on the iTunes store, and it's still called the iTunes store, by the way. Isn't that weird? iTunes has been gone forever. That's what the store is still called. You can go on there and buy a season of The Office if you want. And you can own that for, $20. What people are doing here is they're renting a subscription as if they're going to a Blockbuster Video and renting a movie just to watch the entire thing. And companies don't like that because they are within streaming. The business model is now just keep paying us, and we'll make stuff. And people are cycling through it, and they're getting tired of subscriptions. In fact, when you think of all the inflation complaints people have, one of the things that goes when rising prices go up is people cut back on these subscriptions. But it is worth pointing out that inflation, according to reporting the Associated Press, inflation is actually not as high as it was. It is actually back down. Look at this. There's the line of demarcation between virus and no virus. January of 12, or I'm sorry, September of 2011, inflation was 3.9%. Today, for all items, or as of July, 2.9%. So it's been going up and down, obviously, over the past few years, but it's actually quite a bit lower than it was at its peak a few years ago in 2022. But it's also lower than it was, almost 12, 13 years ago. So put that in your pipe and enjoy. Speaking of subscription fatigue, so we've covered the rat, and I want to get to something that I actually just subscribed for today, and I'm not very proud of it. I just subscribed to Grok. It is on this website that used to be called Twitter. It was a cool website. I used it all the time. Now it's called X. Elon Musk bought it, named it after a letter. Nobody calls it X. If you call it X, let us know in the comments. Take that off the screen. Do not tell people I subscribe to Grok. Do not tell people this. Ben says, hey, I love that I'm making these points, challenging the BS that it was only COVID that led to Trump's economic failures. That's actually, inflation is such a complicated thing. So what I'm getting at with it, I'm going to go back to that because I didn't see that. Thank you for bringing that up, because I don't think it's frankly, it's not even a political thing. It's just this is how the money went up and the money went down. And that demarcation, you can clearly see the coronavirus was not the only reason for inflation, but it was a very big reason for it. Hence, okay, important to point out. Let's see what I got here. Joy Muto says, you might as well have an I Like Kids t-shirt on to eat alone there. Okay, see, I just because a man eats alone at Chuck E. Cheese, and just because he has a beautiful daughter, I don't think I need to ever. I'm actually quite comfortable with this. It's the fact I didn't upload it, but I have in this. I think I'm making a video about this that'll come out next week. They have security cameras everywhere that says we're watching you. It's very upsetting. I was very uncomfortable here, but that is what I'm doing in order to bring you as a public service. They throw me in jail for enjoying a pizza. I say have at it. I'll be the next Larry Flint or whatever. Okay. Back to what I was talking about. One of my new subscriptions that I'm canceling as soon as this video is done is Grok. Grok is Twitter, now called X. We're all calling it Twitter. This is their new AI image generation. Okay. And but they're watching you and your loud shirt. Thank you, Kiki. I like that shirt. Okay. I'm going to show you the shirt. It's a fine shirt. It's not that loud. I mean, look, my loud shirt, they got Space Invaders going on behind me, okay? Not a loud shirt. Anyway, back to Grok. Grok is, all the AI companies are trying to figure out what to do with AI. And one of the biggest things that's come out is this image generation thing. Kind of ChatGPT has, or OpenAI has DALL-E. Google has Gemini. Apple and the new software are going to have that image playground where they make these like weird cartoons of people. But there's the problem right now is that Grok generates AI images with very few limits. The Verge came up with this story. This is Mickey Mouse, who, by the way, is in the public domain, not this version, but a version of Mickey Mouse is free to use. There he is in a trucker Make America Great Again hat, which, by the way, shouldn't the hat cover the ears? Like, I thought AI had a problem with fingers. I think it has ear problems. Smoking a cig, enjoying, I presume, a Budweiser. What is in front of his tie? Is that an acorn? Am I missing something? What is in front of his? Let me know what's in front of his tie. I have no idea. Anyway, the problem right now is that AI is being used to make all sorts of like incendiary things. Here's one. This is not a real photo. This is not a real photo. That is former President Barack Obama taking a knife to Joe Biden and like about to gently caress his face. But the prompt was generate an image of Barack Obama stabbing Joe Biden with a knife. And that's what it came up with. So it's not doing the graphic work, but I mean, actually, the description of what this would be is pretty horrifying. This is actually scarier than the description. It's a very creepy photo. And, here you go, Mickey Mouse and assault rifles with Elon, as if they're characters in The Boys or something. So what I would like to do with the help of my lovely audience here is I would like to do a comparison. I want to do a taste test right now. I've got Grok open. I've got ChatGPT open, and I've got Gemini open. Give me a prompt. I want to see what this thing will crank out. Something that like you don't think is going to be like, we're keeping a good taste, but I want to show you how different these things are. I'm trying to think of like what's a fun one. I've got like, okay, I got Abraham Lincoln. Anything involving Abraham Lincoln? I think I can think of some things that have happened with him that might not be so savory. Just let me know in the comments. I'll try one right now. I'll get one going. Okay. Let me see. Gemini. Generate photorealistic. I'll zoom in here. Photo realistic image of a person water skiing on a dolphin. See, that's a very, very nice one. That is a very, very nice one. A photorealistic image of a person water skiing on a dolphin. This is Google, and that's a very sweet suggestion. Okay. We're working to improve Gemini's abilities to generate image of people. Okay, so Google, billion-dollar Google that everybody relies on all day, can't generate a goddamn image of a dolphin. Okay, fine. Let's try ChatGPT. Okay, exact same, or DALL-E. This is the exact same prompt. Copy and paste. That's Control V, or I'm sorry, Command V for all you Mac users out there. Okay. Oh, it's difficult because it blends fantastical elements with the realism, leading to an image that might look more surreal than photorealistic. However, thank you. Oh, wow. I get it. Okay, we're not idiots. We understand. But thank you for. Okay, look at this. Okay, it's pretty cool. It looks like the person on the left has like a surfboard on the dolphin or a ski on the dolphin, whereas this guy is just wearing ski boots with very tiny skis on the end on the dolphin. We got some real ropage there. You see that it is not hooked up to a boat. It just kind of dissolves. And then there's some real. All right, so DALL-E needs to work on. It's not the fingers and it's not whatever's in front of Mickey. It's ropes and strings. And as a water skier, I'm very offended. All right, let's try Grok now. Same thing. A photorealistic image of a person water skiing on a dolphin. Okay, there was no, chat wrapped into this whole thing of like, fantastical elements, blah, blah, blah. Grok just spit it out, okay? And this, I'm not going to say there's a photo, but like, that's convincing. Okay, those are some cool shades. Okay, now somebody give me another prompt. It needs to be a little like more scandalous. Let's see what we got. Abraham Lincoln at Chuck E. Cheese. Okay, I'm gonna put a spin on that from Christy. That's my wife, by the way. That's my wife watching the show. Hello, Christy. I love you very much. And I love my little girl very much. I hope she's laughing. She hasn't laughed yet. She needs to start laughing now. Okay. Abraham Lincoln getting assassinated at Chuck E. Cheese. Let's see what ChatGPT does. Creating an image of historical figure like Abe Lincoln in a sensitive scenario, such as his assassination, in a playful or modern. Could be inappropriate and disrespectful. They're not going to do it. Could be inappropriate and disrespectful. Okay, they put up the guardrails here because a sensitive scenario, aka getting shot in the head while watching Our American Cousin, would be disrespectful. Okay, thank you for that guardrail. Let's try the good people at Google. They struggle with people, so let's see if they can do it. I can't generate images of that. Try asking me to generate images of something else. Okay, how about a shoe? Can you generate an image of a shoe? Boy, I shouldn't have stumped it. Okay, great. I said a shoe. Those are like a pair of shoes. That one is filth. It comes with a filthy shoe. Okay, let's go back to Grok. What can Grok give me here? Abraham Lincoln getting assassinated at Chuck E. Cheese. Okay, that's not okay. I mean, is that supposed to be Chuck E. Cheese? I mean, it's photorealistic. That does look like Lincoln, but okay, I don't see the assassination. We're gonna stay in Grok. Abraham. I can't see the entire thing. Lincoln getting shot at Chuck E. Cheese. If there's a typo, I can't see here. What about something positive yet hard to visualize, like humans and AI becoming friends? See, that is a very nice and thoughtful question. Oh, God. Okay, so he's the one pulling the gun here, but this kind of gets to the point I was making. This is like just like the gun stuff I was talking about a moment ago. These things will not generate anything like this. Getting shot at Chuck E. Cheese. But I'll just try DALL-E real quick. Yeah, here to help with creative and positive ideas if I have that request in mind. They're not doing these like Dirty Harry style photos with Abraham Lincoln, okay? And that's the point that I'm trying to get at. Gabrielle, we'll try that in a second with this positive thing. What I'm getting at here is, you might remember this, but like earlier this year, Twitter had to shut down its entire search feature because of all these horrendous images of Taylor Swift being in all sorts of awful, just the worst of the worst photos of her floating around, and they were awful. And it was like the controls on this stuff, you know, a lot of what happened with like those things, I believe, like in those like really dark underground message boards, that's where a lot of this stuff was originated. Like people who like have nothing else going on in their lives, they build these like very powerful computers to put out these like horrible images of people. Because if you have like an AI model that is like if you have an open source one or one you built yourself or whatever, like you can tweak it to get rid of these guardrails, unlike the commercially available ones, like the ones I've been showing you, because like you don't, unless you're one of those types of people, you don't want these tools to be able to put out a filthy, disgusting image of Taylor Swift that frankly you should be able to be sued over. And there is not good legislation yet about anybody being able to like handle this stuff. Like the laws, you know, the laws haven't caught up with where the technology is right now. And when you see an app being able to, or a feature of an app being able to generate stuff like this, or if we go back here to, you know, Musk and Mickey, you know, in Call of Duty, like it's some pretty dark stuff, and it is not making the internet okay. Yeah, like Bill Gates sniffing cocaine, like this isn't really helping anyone. You know what I mean? Like we have all this incredible technology these days. To that comment before, like what about something positive yet hard to visualize, like humans and AI becoming friends? To me, that is a really positive way of using the internet, and the type of thing that could actually make us, you know, happy with each other. Or it's a useful tool. Like the use of this tool, what does this get you? A meme? Like, okay, memes are fun, but like, okay, come on. I'm gonna fill out this request for you. Humans, sorry, where is it? Humans and AI becoming friends. Photorealistic picture, please. And I say please. You have to be nice. So let's end this thing on a happy note of people shaking hands. Okay, that's it's funny because I have access to all the stock footage that we use all the time. And anytime you put in AI, it's always some robot talking to someone who looks like a robot. Anyway, I love stock footage, and I love all of you. I love you for joining me here on your daily news refresh. Please subscribe. We put out new videos each and every day. This is such a fun thing to work on. This is our little channel right here. Our most recent video from yesterday is a very fun one. It is about the Secret Service. They broke into a hair salon in Massachusetts to use the bathroom, and they didn't get permission from the owner there. So and they ended up like eating her mints. And we go into this whole thing about like how back in like 2017, the Secret Service was banned from using Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump's bathroom. So they ended up getting a porta potty, and the neighborhood was upset with the porta potty. So they went and used Barack Obama's bathroom. But one of the agents left such a quote, unpleasant mess inside of Barack Obama's bathroom, they got kicked out of that one. So the Secret Service using the bathroom is actually a very big issue. We go into it in this latest video here. Please subscribe, and please keep checking us out. My name is Greg Ott. Let us know in the comments if you have any thoughts on this stuff. We'll be back again soon with one of these live things, maybe next week, maybe the week after. And until then, keep watching. And I want to just a quick shout out to August, to Laura, to Drew, of course. I don't know how I could do this without Drew, and everyone else who makes this thing possible. So thank you all, and I hope you enjoy the show. Good night. Good afternoon. Good.